politicians and the managers and the bosses that go along with it in your workplaces. Will they tell me of a pie up in the sky, waiting for me when I die? But between the day you're born and when you die, they never even seem to hear your cry. So as sure as the sun will shine, I'm gonna get my share, what's mine. And then the harder they come, the harder they fall, one and all.
The Prime Minister has announced that defence spending is going to go up to 3% of GDP, then 3.5%, and now there are demands to put it up to 5%. That amounts to at least £13 billion a year more on armaments. And this week they announced they're building 6 new nuclear-powered submarines and a whole new generation of nuclear warheads, which is actually in contravention of the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. And so, as the wars rage around the world, the killing fields in Ukraine and Russia, the abominable, deliberate starvation of children in Gaza, and the genocide that's inflicted against the Palestinian people continues. Surely to goodness, we need a world of peace. We need a world of peace that will come through the vision of peace, the vision of disarmament, and the vision of actually challenging the causes of war, which leads to the desperation and the refugee flows of today.
Hi, I'm Alex Gordon. I'm from the National Union of Rail, Maritime and Transport Workers, the RMT, and we're here today, a number of us from my union, to show our support for the People's Assembly national demonstration for welfare, not warfare. We're saying no to austerity, and we're sending a message to Keir Starmer and Rachel Reeves that the cuts that they've inflicted in the spring budget that Rachel Reeves presented in the House of Commons, those cuts are a threat to disabled people, they're a threat to communities more generally. And next week, which is the departmental spending review that Rachel Reeves has announced, next week we will hear about more cuts to areas like housing, areas like health, all sorts of areas that are essential for our lives and our future. In fact, on Monday this week, Starmer announced, presented this so-called strategic defence review, which announces massive spending commitments in the future for building bombs and nuclear submarines and F-35 fighter jets and all sorts of weapons of destruction and war. This government has made it clear that they think that warfare is an economic growth mechanism. They want to offer British people a future of making weapons of destruction that are then used to threaten other countries or sold to other countries like Israel, like Saudi Arabia, in order to bomb people in Gaza or bomb people in Yemen. So it's a highly unethical, but also a highly duplicitous review that he's presented, because when you go to some of the communities where we do have workers employed in building nuclear submarines, for example, what is immediately clear when you go to Barrow and Furness, Cumbria in the northwest, do not benefit from the nuclear submarine building programs. Most of the people in Barrow and Furness are very, very poor. They have one of the lowest wages in Britain, and people who work in the nuclear submarine industry don't live in Barrow and Furness. They live many miles away in nice houses. They don't spend money in the communities where they work. So this idea that the arms industry offers working class people in this country a good future with a good job and a pension is a false prospectus. This protest today is making it clear outside of 10 Downing Street that there are thousands of people who've seen through these arguments that Starmer and Rachel Reeves and other government ministers have been putting, that they need to cut our welfare. We've seen through those arguments, we're not fooled by them, and it's really important that we come together and say that, because the next step will be putting forward a political alternative to these charlatans who are trying to con us that we have to lose our welfare state in order to build up a bigger arms industry. So the Tories and the Labour Party are both trying to steal from our pockets, put our money into the profit accounts of arms companies, and we need an alternative that is about building up welfare, building up good education for our kids, building up more teachers, more nurses, investing in green energy, investing in high-speed railways, all the things that we need in this country, rather than spending money on bombs, fighter jets, nuclear submarines, and the rest.